Okay, so I'm making some headway on this thing now. Cleaned up all the seams, re-scribed panel lines and rivets. Started putting on all the antenna and whatnots on the fuselage, the stabilizers, and the gearbox for the rear rotor. Made the leg bump guard for the tail. I'm not gluing that on, I'll paint that and put it on for ease. I've put in the pipe work for the exhausts. I put them in. I didn't paint them because I went ahead a few steps and built up the exhaust system that this helicopter has, and that's going to cover that up when it goes in, so that won't be seen. Again, I will leave this off, paint it separate and put it on. It'll be easier to get at. Skipping around here and there now in the instructions, I've glued up the wheel halves together. So now I've still got to add some more pieces to the fuselage, so I'll continue on with that. The rear cargo doors, if you're having them open, you have to make a modification. You have to cut a section out because they fold up inwards, so they don't hit the ground, I'm guessing, on the real thing. So I've done that one. I'm just using the razor saw, but I'm using a piece of, even though you got the panel line, that's your mark to go off, I'm just using a piece of dymo tape to protect plastic in case I jump out. I don't want to scratch it. Still plugging along. I've got the fuel tanks on, the armor plating around the cockpit, all the antenna that were on the top, and there's some small ones underneath. That's lights. I've painted the inside silver, and I've put masking fluid over the outside so that the rest of the clear part will be painted the colour of the aircraft. The flare, I think that's the flare chaff dispenser. This, I'm not sure, is it something to do with sonar or radar? And I just broke something off. It's the joy of small parts. Normally I put them all, antenna I put on at the end, but there's so many I'm trying to do it so I can paint them as I go. Still heaps, just a really busy model. This one, there's heaps to go on it. Yeah, there's all the landing gear, all the gear, legs, the weapons, pylons, and the tubing that attaches it all. Sorry, it's going to flicker. I've got the wrong setting on. I've got the exhaust together, so I do the weapons, not to mention rotors, and photo etch the windscreen wipers and the mirrors as mirrors for the flight crew. That's all photo etch. That definitely will not be going on until I put the remaining pieces on at the end, plus the two windows I got to mask and paint. So yeah, it's a slow process. It's a really busy kit.